What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I am doing another reading vlog. I am here at work. It is 9 a.m. and I come in at 9 a.m. sometimes during the week so that way I can clean the turbo, which is like the oven thingy back there. And so I really like doing that actually because it's one of the only times that I can actually be listening to like an audiobook while I'm at work. So I bring my Bluetooth headphones and then I listen to an audiobook. So on the drive here, I was listening to My Dark Vanessa, which I am super excited. And so I'm going to continue listening to that. This is like a, I don't know, I think it's a forbidden romance. I actually don't know much about it, but I think it's like a teacher-student relationship, but I think a lot of people have said that it's kind of like psychological, so I'm really excited to see. Okay, I just wanted to pop in to say I'm gonna have a forbidden romance recommendations video out for you guys very soon. I was going to film it, but I was waiting to finish with these 3 books to see if they were gonna be on my forbidden romance recommendations video, but you guys will see that very soon in a couple of days, so I hope you're really excited how this is. And so yeah, like I'm only 9% in it so far, but so far I think I'm going to like it. I see like some of the things that are happening already. I could see that like happening to myself, or it has happened to myself, where like being a younger, like I think this girl's 15 and her teacher is like saying nice things to her, and not very many people say nice things to her, so like I can already kind of see it like building. So that's really interesting. But let's go ahead. I need to clean the turbo, and then I can talk to you guys later about my thoughts, probably like after I'm driving home later tonight. I work like 9 to 7, so it's a pretty long shift, but that's okay because I only work like 3 days. Well, I work today, which is Friday, and then I work Saturday and Sunday. I close, and then I will have 4 days off, which is great. I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and clean up this super dirty turbo. So I am here at work. I am getting ready to get all my stuff on. I know, I think it's literally been like a week since I've updated this vlog because I've just been busy doing other things. But okay, so number one, since this is a reading vlog, I'm still reading My Dark Vanessa. I was listening to the audiobook again on my drive. I am 48% into it. I am struggling. Like, it's not terrible, it's definitely not the best like forbidden romance or taboo romance that I've ever read before. I don't know, I'm just like kind of bored with it, and I don't think, like, I think it's gonna be like a 3-star read. But in other news, I am going to pick up a respite care foster placement today. So I am super excited. Right after work, I am meeting to pick her up. I am so excited because this is going to be our very first, like, I know it's not like a permanent placement or anything like that, but even just respite care, which is like where a foster parent like babysits for another foster parent like over the weekend. You know, that's still like a huge thing. I'm super excited for it. So yeah, she will be with us until Sunday afternoon, so you know, like this evening and then all day Saturday. I do have to work tomorrow night, but Alvin is off, so I don't have to go in until like 4 tomorrow. I need coffee. Let's get some coffee. Okay. What's up, everybody? I think the last time I updated you guys was when I was telling you that we were getting a respite care child this weekend, which today is Sunday now. And yeah, let's just say that that was definitely an experience that I wasn't exactly prepared for. I don't know. Was I prepared for it? I think it's just the fact that, like, I feel like we have like whiplash going from it just always being me and Alvin to skipping 11 years of of having a child. Yeah, that was definitely a struggle. For me, I think more than Alvin, just because Alvin's really good at being able to like talk to anybody and kind of put out that energy of like always talking. And this girl was very hyper and excited and loved talking and telling stories and like crazy stories that apparently weren't even true. And I had a really hard time keeping up with that. Like, I went and dropped her off today, and that was like a 3-hour round trip of driving and then coming back again. So I'm like worn out from that. And then I cleaned the house and like washed all the bedding that she was using and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. I had worked last night, I had closed last night, and so yeah, it's just been like a really busy weekend and definitely more stressful than what I'm used to, because obviously Alvin and I don't have any children. As you guys know, like, we haven't actually had like an actual placement yet. I've gotten a lot of different calls, but they just felt there were a lot of children that we felt were too hard for us to handle at the moment. We said yes to this respite care. We actually said yes to a couple others, but they like fell through as well, because there's just so many. There's just, I don't know, with foster care, like, the communication system isn't that great, and, you know, you'd be saying yes to something, but then maybe something else happens. It's just like all over the place. And yeah, so like, I'm glad that we started with the respite care, because I feel like I know more about what I want to say yes to or no to. Our original age was 0 to 10, and they have called us a couple times with like 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds. I got a call for a 12-and-a-half-year-old just last week, and we've said no because of other circumstances within that placement. But now, having had like an 11-year-old here for the weekend, I still think that that age child is just a little too old for Alvin and myself, because I'm 28, Alvin's 25, and especially without having any previous like experience of children ourselves. Like, I mean, I'm from a big family and I was a nanny for a couple years, but that was to younger children. I just think that it would just work better for us, I think, if we had like a 5-year-old or younger. It's hard for both like parent and child to just go through something that's temporary, you know what I mean? It's almost like a babysitting job for the first time. You know, she didn't know us, we didn't know her. Everyone doesn't know how to act. So it's one of those, you know, I always hate like starting a new job, because it's like so awkward the first like week or two, because you just don't know like what to do. That's kind of how this felt. So I don't know. I've talked to some of my friends that are foster parents, and like they said it's understandable to kind of have these like almost not like second guessing feelings, but just like, can I handle this? Is this what I pictured in my head? You know, that type of thing. And so that's how I'm like feeling. I'm like in this weird, just like, I don't know, like, did I make the right choice being a foster parent? It's just a lot of like feelings all at once. And it's crazy to say that, because I mean, obviously we don't have a permanent placement or like a long-term placement. It was just for the weekend, but it's like so many emotions like were just going everywhere like during the weekend, you know what I mean? And you know, your schedules get thrown through the window and your routines get thrown through the window, and you know, making it work with my job and Alvin's job and just like stuff like that. So I know that it's gonna be like that in the future. Or, I mean, when we get a permanent placement, like I'm gonna step down from my job, or at least only work like to keep myself on the payroll for a little bit. So that'll be a little bit easier, but I'm just a little overwhelmed, and this vlog has not been going that great either because of the book I was reading. So I finished My Dark Vanessa, and I really don't know what to rate this book because it almost felt like I don't know, like a Stephen King book where sure, the storyline could be good, but the way that it was written was extremely dull and boring and dry. So this book, I think I already told you guys about how it's like with a 15-year-old and how her like 40-something-year-old teacher kind of like takes advantage of her, but he does it in a way to like mess with her mind so she doesn't really realize that like it's rape, or she kind of like had attachment issues, you know, just things like that. And I don't know, like I just didn't love it. Like when I was listening to it, the concept of it, I was like, wow, this is intriguing, or oh, I learned so many things, or oh, I can't believe like this teacher, like I hated this teacher. I never really wanted to start listening to it or pick it up. I mean, I've been reading this for like over a week, and it's not like that huge. I still have my bookmark from when I was reading it the other day. It's only like 360 some pages, but I don't know. I just don't know what to rate this. Like I kind of want to rate it a 3, but then I kind of want to rate it a 2, but I feel like 2 is a little bit too low. I don't know, but in case you guys didn't know, did you know that this was a forbidden romance vlog? Because I think I forgot to say that in my beginning clips. Well, anyway, I have 2 other books to read for this forbidden romance vlog. And so this is Loving Mr. Daniels, and this is also an age gap romance, and I believe that it also is a teacher and a student. So that'll be interesting to read. And then this one is Misconduct, and this is also an age gap forbidden romance, but this is with like a tennis player who has students, but she's going to date, I think, one of the students, I don't know, something like that. They're both like forbidden, taboo romances. So I would not recommend My Dark Vanessa, but we're gonna go ahead and get into one of these. I don't know, what do I want to read today? I think I'm gonna do Misconduct by Penelope Douglas. I think this is the one I'm gonna start now since I finished cleaning, and I'm just kind of like chilling, waiting for Alvin to come home so we can actually spend a little bit of time together because we didn't over the weekend. Also, a lot of you guys said that you liked my hair in my fall recommendations video, and like I am not curling my hair. This is all from me doing the curly girl method. It's a little like frizzy today because I clarified it last night, but this is all natural curl. Like it's crazy. Like, do you see that? That is totally like just my hair curling by itself. I did not use a curling iron, a straightener, nothing. It's super crazy. I've only been doing it for a month, and I am working on a video of like my routine and what I use and everything on my main channel. So I'll link my main channel here if you guys didn't know about it, but that should be coming out in like a week or two because I wanted to make sure I kind of knew exactly what works for my hair and what doesn't work for my hair. But yeah, I am loving it. I am so glad that I decided to do the curly girl method. I got like a trim the other day, and so now my hair is just gonna grow super healthy, and I'm so excited because like it's super low maintenance, and it's crazy to think that I can just like let it air dry, and like this is what it's like. Like I love this so much. And so yeah, in all of my like even my fall recommendation video, like that was just pure hair, nothing crazy, no like heat or anything like that. So yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to start reading the book, and I hope I like it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Today is Tuesday. A lot has kind of happened over like since I kind of talked to you guys on Sunday. So I didn't read at all on Sunday because I just needed to like, I don't know, unwind from just the weekend and stuff. So I just was like watching some stuff on TV and like YouTube and TikTok and all that. And then yesterday I meant to start reading Misconduct. Like I was going to start this and like read the whole book yesterday, so that way I could read the other book today. And I got a call from our foster care agency for like a dream placement. Alvin and I had talked Sunday evening, and I was talking to him, and we both like agreed how we really wanted like infants or toddlers. Those are like anything less than like 4 or 5 years old is kind of like what we feel comfortable with. But I knew that like infants and toddlers don't really go into the foster care system as much, or they get chosen really quickly. And so I, you know, even though I was like, we both were talking about that, and I was like, I really want to get a call for like an infant. Like I was like, I want a baby so badly. And like we've been trying to get pregnant for 5 years. I had 1 miscarriage. We did IUIs last year and that didn't work. And so, you know, it's like, I just really want a baby so badly. Yesterday morning, I got called, and it's for twin baby boys. They were born February 26th, and they were supposed to be born in May, so they do have some complications. I think they're both on oxygen. One has a G-tube. They were in the NICU for so long, they both are gonna get fitted for helmets because of their flat heads. Like the caseworker called me and she was like, I didn't know whether to call you or not. I wasn't sure if like this is something you were interested in. And I was like, oh my gosh, like yes, please send our home study in. I was like, this is exactly what I've been like wanting to get called about. I was just like so incredibly excited, and they said that we were gonna hear back either yesterday or today. But yesterday they my caseworker texted us and said that they went into respite care for like last night, and that I guess whatever agency the babies are in, they are going to look at all of the home studies that came through, and they're going to choose somebody, you know, that they think is fit. And so like they know that once we get a placement, like I won't be working anymore. So like I made sure to reiterate that. I have twin brothers. Like I was 14 when my mom had twins, and I come from a large family. So a lot of my little brothers were born when I was like a teenager. So I told her all of that. And I just want this so badly. And so I literally could not read at all yesterday because I was just like, it's even hard for me to read today, but I'll get into that in a second. But like, I just keep thinking like, could you believe like you can get called and I could literally be taking care of twin baby boys? Like that, it just, I don't know. So anyway, you know, we found out yesterday that they were gonna go into respite care for the night. So I knew that obviously we weren't gonna get chosen yesterday, but I still just like could not focus on reading. Now, today, obviously, I am waiting for the call. It's almost gonna be noon right now, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like maybe they already chose somebody else. I have no clue when I'm going to get the call, or if it's gonna be a text message just saying you didn't get chosen, or what it is. But like, I just want this so badly. Like, I just really want to get chosen. Dealing with all of those emotions and everything, I finally started this book. I got the audiobook for it because like I literally cannot focus on reading, but I really wanted to be able to like finish this vlog soon, especially if we do get chosen. Like, I mean, when am I gonna have time to read if I'm taking care of twin babies, right? So anyway, I started listening to the audiobook. I thought it would be just really good for me to kind of like try and turn off my brain and not really think about whether we're getting the call or not, and just kind of get through this book, or, you know, like read it, not getting through it. I actually like it. So I am 57 pages in. I am on chapter 4, and this book is told from both of the perspectives, which I actually kind of like. So it's told from the female's perspective, Easton, I think her name is. Yeah, and then the guy's perspective is Tyler. But the first chapter is like super sexy and like, I don't know, I kind of like it. Normally I don't like hate to love, and it's not really a hate to love, but Easton is the type of girl where like she doesn't want to get into a relationship, but she like goes to this function with her brother who's like a lawyer, and she meets this like mystery guy. It kind of gives me like 50 Shades of Grey vibes. You know, she's kind of like bantering with him. She doesn't know if he came with somebody else, and like she doesn't know anything about him, and she's not telling him her name, and so they like meet, and there's this like really cool sexual tension that was like amazing. But I mean, obviously they don't like sleep together, they don't go home together. She leaves with her brother and didn't tell like Tyler like what her name is, and she finds out that he's like this big important guy or whatever. So then I think it was the next chapter, we find out that like 6 months goes by and he couldn't like find her because obviously he doesn't know her name, and it turns out that she is like, it becomes the teacher of his son. Like he has a little boy, and so now he knows her and her name and where she works and all that kind of stuff, but it's his son's teacher, so like now he can't actually have a relationship with her. So I think that's where the forbidden part comes in. And she's also like 23, and I think she said that he's in his mid-30s, so there's also kind of an age gap. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. So page 57, I'm going to turn my audiobook on again now that I updated you guys, and really hope that I get that call. That's just what I just really want it so badly. So okay, so it is 4:30, I think. Oh, 3:37. I ended up finishing Misconduct, and I think I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I initially liked the first chapter, but after that, it just got way too angsty, and I just didn't feel like I was connecting with the characters anymore. It talked a lot about tennis and being a teacher, which, I mean, I literally don't have anything in common with any of those 2 things. And then I also felt like it was trying to be kind of like 50 Shades of Grey, where the guy was super moody. They would like fight over things and then have sex right away, and like just stuff like that. And those aren't the type of stories that I like. So I don't know, I haven't had a very good, like, with Penelope Douglas. I love Birthday Girl, that is my favorite book by her, but then I tried to read Credence and I DNF'd that, I didn't like that, and now this one I also don't like very much. So I still have Punk 57 to read, but I really don't think I'm going to like that, but I'm not reading that for this vlog. Now, well, not tonight, not right now, but I'm going to start Loving Mr. Daniels next, which I think that this one might be just more emotional and maybe not as like smutty as Misconduct was, but I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to actually start reading this because Alvin is on his way home, and we're gonna do a special like date night thing. It's actually a video I'm doing over on my main channel, so I will link it up here because I think it'll be live by the time this video comes out. But I'm super excited because we're gonna do like where we go into Target and we randomly like are picking snacks and games, and then we have to go through like the drive-throughs of some fast food restaurants and like ask for what the person in front of us ordered, and like that's gonna be our date night. And then I think we're gonna watch a movie on Netflix, and so that's gonna be really, really fun. So yeah, if you want to see that, definitely head on over to my main channel to see that. Unfortunately, I don't think that we are getting the foster placement that I really wanted to get. I had texted my caseworker earlier and asked her if she had like an update, because I mean, literally the day is almost over. And she said that they had a lot of home studies to go through and look through, and that they're probably gonna pick someone that's actually closer to where the babies are, because we're actually we're like an hour and a half away, or like an hour and 45 minutes. So that was like very sad to hear about. Like, I know I haven't officially gotten a no, but she even said that a lot of times, like, if we don't hear by the end of the day, then like we probably didn't get chosen, and they just don't have time to message everyone that you're not chosen. So it's like, that whole thing is just very frustrating to think that like we say yes to placements, but you still have no clue if you're actually going to get them, and then you might not even get them, but you don't even know. It's just like you're ghosted. So yeah, that's like kind of really frustrating, but I'm glad that I can look forward to the date night I have with Alvin tonight, because we definitely need that. We haven't had like a really good date night in a while, so I'm just trying to stay positive and, you know, just think about maybe there's a different placement that's gonna be perfect for us in the future. So that's how I'm feeling so far today. It is like a rainy day, but I'm very excited for Alvin to come home and for us to do those fun things together. So I will catch up with you guys probably tomorrow morning is when I'm going to start reading this book. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning. What's up, everybody? Today it is, what is today? Like October 13th, I think. And I am finally getting to read this last book for this Forbidden Romance vlog, and I am 62 pages in and not liking this book at all. So this book, if you guys didn't like know, I had finished Heartbones, and that vlog went up like a couple days ago, and this book reminds me of Heartbones so much. Like, the storyline is so similar. So if you have already read Heartbones, you'll like see the similarities to this one. But this is about a girl named Ashlyn, and her twin sister dies, and her mom wants nothing to do with her. So Ashlyn goes and moves in with her dad, who she has like no relationship with. She calls him by like his first name, and he had gotten remarried. Well, I think like it might have even been like a one-night stand with her mom, but like he is married to somebody else and has kids with somebody else. And so that whole dynamic is so similar to Heartbones. And so you have like Ashlyn, who obviously has gone through a lot of heartbreak and is just, you know, like pissed at everybody and her dad and all that kind of stuff. And then you have Daniel, who is going to be like her teacher, which is the Forbidden Romance part, but he lost his mom. His mom was like murdered because his brother was doing drugs, and the people that I guess were like trying to get even with his brother like accidentally shot his mom, or I forget if it was on purpose or not, but his mom is dead. And then just now on page 62, he is telling Ashlyn about how his mom passed away a year ago, and then last Friday he lost his dad to liver failure. So you have both of these characters going through something that is extremely emotional, and both of these characters are like very hurt, and yeah, they're gonna form a romance through that. Okay, like I know I tell you guys all the time that I love emotional romances, but I don't know, I don't like books where like the characters, like everyone dies in their family and then you have two super broken characters. Like that doesn't happen very often, or I guess maybe I just don't know, but I don't think that that happens very often in real life. So it always makes me angry when like romance books do that, where they're like, oh my gosh, like my mom and dad died, and they're like, oh my gosh, no way, my mom and dad died too, let's all have a relationship together. I don't understand, like that doesn't make me cry, that doesn't make me emotional. Like, I mean, yes, if it was like a true story it would, but usually they always start that out in the very beginning of the book. So it's like you're not really connected to the characters yet. They just all of a sudden bring up that like their parents are dead, and I'm just like, what? Like this is the same as all these other romance books that I read. So I am not enjoying this book at all. It's also written pretty cheesy. Like, I don't know, like I was gonna turn on the camera a little earlier ago, but let me see if I can find an example. So she like was, I guess, fainting. He was like, I'm not going to touch you, I'm not going to hurt you. And like he just said that like over and over again, and he was like, I'm not going to hurt you, remember? And then she said, this stranger made me feel forever, which was something I'd never known could be felt. Who are you? Like, that's how the whole book is written, and I don't know, I just don't like books like that. Don't hate me, everybody. Okay, you guys, I finished loving Mr. Daniels, and I am also giving this 2 stars. I feel like this vlog is just a dud, because how is it that I read 3 forbidden romances, and that's one of my favorite tropes, and I didn't like any of them? Like, what is happening? Obviously, all the things that I told you before about this book that I didn't like is still true, and it reminded me so much of Heartbones. Maybe if I hadn't just read Heartbones literally a couple days ago, maybe I would have liked this a little bit more. And I would say that my favorite parts in here are about Ashlyn and her twin sister. Her twin sister was the one that had died, but she had written her, like her sister Ashlyn, a like to-do list or bucket list, I guess is what it's called. So it had all of these things on the list that Ashlyn was supposed to complete, like without her sister, and that was actually really, really cute, and I did like that. Like, for instance, that was her first kiss with Daniel, was because she technically had to kiss a stranger. That was one of the things on the bucket list. And then when she completed that thing, then her sister had like written a letter for her to open and read once she had completed those things on her list. So that was actually very, very cute. I really, really liked that. That was my favorite part of the book. But everything else, I don't know. I think it's also just because I didn't really like Daniel and Ashlyn's relationship as much. Not that it was like a bad relationship, but the whole teacher-student aspect I think was ruined for me because I read My Dark Vanessa just, you know, in the beginning of this vlog. And so to me, thinking now like teacher student, I was just thinking about the creepy guy in My Dark Vanessa. Like, I just could not get that out of my head. I don't know why. I think that people would like this book if you also liked Heartbones. Like, I definitely think that you could read this and you would love it if you already previously loved Heartbones. And so I'm not writing this off. Like, don't think that I'm not recommending this book. I just think that this, again, was not meant for me and for me to read. And also the characters, like, she's 19 and Daniel's 22, so again, they're still kind of like young. I'm 28, and so I like reading about older characters. Sometimes I feel like these are more like YA or a little bit too young for me. I have read another book by Brittany C. Cherry. I read Eleanor in Grey, which I love. It's one of my most favorite books. It's a 5-star read for me. So if you want to try out Brittany C. Cherry as an author, I do highly suggest reading Eleanor in Grey. I'm sorry, I was rubbing my eyes because they were like watering while I was talking, so if they're red, that's why. So yeah, I'm glad that we're finally done with this vlog. It was a very long vlog and I struggled through it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm just not in the mood to read romances, or I just picked all of the wrong romances for me to read during this time. What is happening to my eyeballs? But definitely leave me a comment down below so that way you guys can let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought about them, or if you're interested in reading them now that you heard kind of like the synopsis and my thoughts about them. But that's it for this video. I'm actually about to start another special reading vlog that I'm actually really excited for. I think it's gonna be way better than this one. Yeah, there's some really great books on the next reading vlog. So I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye everyone.